so I can let you know if a question pops up there.
Okay, great.
We need to request access to the slides. Just
for goodness sakes.
FYI.
It says anyone at GitLab.
You had 2 links.
Wait, hold on.
I wonder if maybe I grabbed the wrong one.
No. It's
okay.
It says anyone at GitLab can view. Yeah, for both of them, it says anyone at GitLab. I wonder if... It should be this. Yeah, it's the same thing.
That worked for me. Let's grab.
No worries. I'm just going to look at it. I just hope it's going to work for other people.
Yeah, I can poke around at the sharing settings, I think, also afterwards. I just have to help people as they're coming into the webinar now. And Jacob, you're good to go whenever.
Okay, great. Yeah, I got transition effects here. There we go. Hold on. I gotta get rid of this chat here.
Jacob, I'm still getting that I need permission on the slides.
Really?
Yes.
That is a bummer. Because it says on the files themselves, it says, if I click share, it says it's shared. Anyone?
I'm able to access the share just fine, so
okay.
I'm not sure what's going on.
I just reset the I just reset it. Try it now.
We're good, thanks.
Okay, cool. Okay, so this is a very short update because I want to keep it focused on currently what we're working on. So this is the functional group update for January 24th, 2019. If you'd like to learn about Meltano, you can check out our awesome docs, which Ben Hong has been working very diligently on with Sid, and they are really, really nice. I just took a look at them this morning. They are really excellent. So if you go to meltano.com, you should see our docs, which is based on ViewPress, which Ben is an expert on. We're currently hiring a general manager, and we are also looking for a PM as well. Our release cycle is we're currently releasing every week. The milestone that we're currently on is 0.18. And so you can check out our PyPy package if you go to pypy.org/project/Meltano. And you can actually install this through a simple pip install, and you should get the command line, and you should be able to run Meltano by following the docs. Everything should be self-explanatory at this point. And if you do run into any issues, definitely submit an issue in our issue tracker on GitLab. Currently, the statistics that, or the analytics that we're tracking for the project itself is monthly active users, which is something that we just implemented recently, and that'll be determined. The number of downloads, which you can see, this is all public information if you just go to PyPy, and the number of outside contributors, which you can just see from going to the issues and the merge requests. But the most interesting, the one we're interested in right now is the monthly active users, and that's something that we're currently tracking, but the number we don't have yet. For our MVP, go time sort of, ready to release, and everything should be good to go, usable, really good to go at this point. There's 3 features that we're implementing in 0.18. One is user authentication and ACL, which is access control lists, or some people say RBAC, which I can't remember what RBAC stands for. And you could see that issue. That actually was one of our first issue. So what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to log in to Meltano, and when somebody has some sort of analysis, you can, lock people out and only let certain people see certain analyses. And if you check out if you check out the docs, it has how all the lingo is, and so we call those designs right now. And so you'll be able to have only access to specific designs. So for example, if sales and people ops has 2 different analyses that they're working on, you wouldn't want the people from sales necessarily getting access to all the people ops things, and in reverse. So that will be done in 0.18, or at least 0.19 by February 4th. Hyperdimensional aggregates, which is a really cool name that we came up with, which is a way of taking a normal join statement, which has aggregates in it, and condensing it down into the most useful information. Emily's going to tell me that it's hard to explain what hyperdimensional aggregates are in one short phrase, but if you go to the issue, you can go read about it for those SQL aficionados playing along at home. And it's a really, really cool concept, and it's something that's very advanced, and it's going to be SQL that Meltano is generating, really advanced SQL that Meltano is generating on the fly based on specific conditions. And it's a very, very cool concept. I was just telling Sid that we're actually using Dijkstra's algorithm, which, how often do you get to use Dijkstra's algorithm? I'm very excited about that. So, and then also reports and dashboards. When you actually make an analysis, when you select different things to analyze, you want to be able to save that state and then export that or put that into a dashboard. The cool thing is that those reports, those dashboards, those designs, those tables, those columns, all of this is version controllable in your Meltano project. And so this is something that we're working on right now. So you can save your actual state of your analysis, and that goes into a file. And then when you load a report, it's basically like you're loading a regular design, but you will get it in that state, and it will go and it will query the database in that state. So we're not actually saving the SQL that it generates, we're saving the state, which then generates the SQL, which is a really cool thing. Currently, what we're working on is milestone 0.18. We have a lot to do for this milestone, so you can click that link to go check out all the things that we're currently working on for this milestone. And once we're finished this milestone, and I believe the next milestone, which will take us to February 4th, we'll have a really awesome working Meltano project, which will be able to be used and ready for action. So I will take a look at any questions right now. Yeah, so Ben, do you want to talk about a getting started guide? Somebody said, Kelly said, is there a getting started guide available?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, if we go to Meltano, if you go to meltano.com, what you'll find is if you go into the documentation section, we have, oh shoot, that is currently a small bug that we have right now. So let me drop the link in the chat for everybody.
Looked like it was just hanging there.
Yep. So this is the correct link. We'll be fixing that up today.
Cool.
Basically, you can see there's a introduction to what Meltano is for those sort of new to what Meltano is. But more importantly, then it'll actually go on to the installation section, and then you can.
Can we stop sharing the questions slide?
So let me share my screen. Give me one sec. All right. So let me blow this up. Can everyone see properly?
Yep.
Okay, great. So we can see here that it starts off with an introduction to Meltano for those who are brand new to it, haven't heard like the pitch. You can see like an infographic here that our UX designer Claudia did a great job on as far as explaining what's going on within the data lifecycle. And then once you sort of have an understanding of what Meltano is and the various like interfaces that we have for it, there is an installation section to getting started, letting you know what requirements there are to getting started. And then as you can see, the instruction for installing it, once you have the requirements, are actually really simple. You just run a single command and then it will install Meltano on your system. And once you do that, then you can see we have a tutorial here that allows you to run through and initialize a sample Meltano app that you can then, as you go through, we try to explain what every step is doing. And once you go through, it uses the carbon intensity API, which is, I believe, from the UK, and has a bunch of data regarding carbon emissions, I think, based on location and region. And so using that data in combination with a SQLite instance that you have locally, then you'll be able to run the Meltano web application. And so, yep, more instructions here. And then if you have questions regarding like some of the concepts that we have in Meltano, those are here. And then some of our architectural decisions as well can be found in this section. And we are definitely keeping our docs up to date, and we'll be updating them, constantly. So feel free to keep them as a resource in your bookmarks.
Awesome, thanks. And
Yep.
Brendan asked, and you can stop sharing your screen, Ben.
Yep.
Brendan asked, where have those outside contributors come from? So just from our exposure on YouTube, our tweets, and announcing different things, people have taken note of Meltano. And we've done a couple of interviews with those contributors, and they come from all different types of user personas, I guess you could say. So they definitely have influenced our view of the product vision. It's because you have all different types of users. And we've also been talking to different potential customers, and they have influenced it, the direction of Meltano as well, as far as what we would need. So, for example, one of the things was the ACL, the access control lists for Meltano, and making sure that different people had access to different things. That was a really important thing that we got from just talking to users. Just looking through some more of the questions. And then, let's see. So Kelly asks, is there a plan to commercialize open core and add enterprise features? If there is a plan, we are working on currently getting the first version out and getting customers. And then we're going to work on what those enterprise features actually will be. But that's definitely part of the plan. RBAC, thanks for explaining what RBAC stands for. Yeah, thanks, Mark. And also, we've been getting really great emails from people, and people are really interested in Meltano. And, a lot of really tough problems that we're solving, but we're getting there, and it's just really, really cool. Does anybody else have any other questions? Feel free to speak up too, if you like. I'll give it another like 15 seconds or so.
I'm kind of curious. What does Meltano mean exactly? Is there some what's etymology? What is it?
Meltano stands for model, extract, load, transform, analyze, notebook, and orchestrate. So the steps of the data science lifecycle.
So ETL plus. Gotcha. All right.
Yes.
Thanks, Jacob.
ELT, right? ELT, not ETL. Great. Well, thank you so much, everyone. And we'll see you in the next functional group update. Bye.
Thanks.